Hi students, good day. Okay, now we are going to discuss the general paper ICT. In the previous class, we have discussed the basic concepts of ICT. Okay, today we are going to know what are the infrastructure or components of ICT which helps to provide learning experiences, Until we have discussed what are ICTs, what is ICT in education, what is ICT for education, in in teaching learning process, where we have a chance to integrate technology. So all these concepts we have learned until. Okay, so we have to integrate ICTs in teaching learning process. We have the knowledge of ICT components. Okay, so that is the infrastructure of ICT. What are ICTs? So we have to gain the knowledge of ICT components. Okay, so which ICTs are useful to integrate technology in teaching learning process? Okay, so let me present a slide. Okay, ICT infrastructure like components which helps to provide learning experiences. First one, multimedia computers. So, multimedia computers plays a vital role, important role in teaching learning process while integrating technology in teaching learning process, and it also gives a greater impact on learning process. Okay, multimedia computers. What is multimedia computer? A computer is loaded with multimedia software is a multimedia computer. సో మల్టీమీడియా సాఫ్ట్వేర్ లోడ్ చేయబడినటువంటి కంప్యూటర్ని మనం మల్టీమీడియా కంప్యూటర్ గా డిఫైన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. మల్టీమీడియా సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఈజ్ విచ్ యూ కెన్ కంబైన్ టెక్స్ట్, వీడియోస్, ఆడియో అండ్ ఇమేజ్ ఫైల్స్. సో వాట్ ఈజ్ మల్టీమీడియా కంప్యూటర్? ఏ కంప్యూటర్ equipped with multimedia software is called a multimedia computer. Then what is multimedia? Multimedia is a software is which you can combine text, videos, audio and image files. Okay, so using the multimedia computers, using the multimedia softwares, we may create presentations to explain some concept or concerned subject. So by using multimedia software, we may combine text, videos, audio and image files in order to present the concept in a better way, in a understanding way. So these are the multimedia computers. So we have to gain the knowledge, we have the knowledge of definitely we have to gain the knowledge of multimedia computers in order to integrate them in teaching learning process. Next one, softwares. Not only multimedia software, we have to gain the knowledge of various softwares related to teaching learning process, Next one, web browsers. Here next one is a search engine, web browsers and search engine. We have to gain the knowledge of web browsers and search engines. So generally we may use these two words are synonyms, but a difference is a line between these two words. Line is there between these two words, web browsers and search engines. What is a web browser? The web browser is an application software that is developed to retrieve and view the information from web pages on the web services. So that is the web browser. Web browsers are Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Safari, Opera. So suppose a teacher gave an assignment to a student which has to be complete on internet by collecting data from internet. Then automatically the student goes to internet center or his personal computer, internet connected computer, and immediately he open Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, uh, to search the concerned information, to search the confirmed information. So those are the web browsers. But what is a search engine? A search engine is a kind of website through which users can search the content available on the internet. Content available on the internet. So, for example, Google, Bing, Yahoo, Ask.com are the search engines. Suppose you have to use a browser to get a search engine. What is the use of search engine? So, uh, by approaching a search engine, we may collect the required data. We may collect the required data. We may browse the required data. Okay. Suppose you have to collect the biography of some educationist or some freedom fighter, whoever it may be. Then immediately that information will be available. We may get the information from search engines. Approach is a search engine. To approach the search engine, we have to use or we have to approach a web browser. Once we approach our open web browser, then we may uh, we may have access for a search engine, to a search engine. Okay, okay. Web browsers are Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Safari, Opera. And search engines are Google, Bing, Yahoo, Ask.com. So this is the difference between softwares and web browsers and search engines. Okay, coming to the next one, electronic whiteboards. Those are called smart boards. Okay, we have the knowledge of, definitely have the knowledge of electronic whiteboards in the present day. In corporate schools and private schools, the management is using electronic boards and whiteboards in teaching learning process. So those are very attractive and very useful and very accessible tool. Okay, so we have the definitely we have to gain the knowledge of electronic whiteboards also. Next, wireless technologies. Wireless technologies also plays a vital role, important role in integration of ICT technologies in teaching learning process. What are wireless technologies which are useful to integrate technology in teaching learning process? So, radio, television, mobiles, Wi-Fi, satellites, Bluetooth. These are all the wireless technologies we may use in teaching learning process while integrating technology. So these are all the wireless technologies. And last one is websites, various websites. So we may get information from websites related to particular concept. Okay, so definitely we have to gain the knowledge, we have to obtain the knowledge of these infrastructures of ICT or components of ICT. Okay, next one. Now let us discuss the strengths of ICT and weakness of ICT. Okay, uh, as we discussed earlier, definitely a teacher has the knowledge of technology in order to integrate the technology in teaching learning process. For that, a teacher has to know what are the strengths of ICT and what are the weakness of ICT in order to integrate the technology successfully in teaching learning process. Okay, isn't it? Yes. Coming to the strengths of ICT, first one is interactivity. A greater interactivity is possible with integration of ICT in teaching learning process. What is interactivity? Interaction. So an act between two persons in teaching learning process, a teacher and a student. Suppose here interactivity means by integrating technology in teaching learning process, a student may interact with the content, the subject anytime, any level, as per his requirement, as per the demand, as per his interest. Okay. Suppose in general classroom, in a period of 45 minutes period, in a 45 minutes period, a teacher teaches a particular content continuously. Suppose a student wants to know the knowledge of starting point, then he don't have chance to ask the teacher again to repeat the concept, or otherwise to know the additional information of particular concept. So there is no possibility to know about the additional information, or to go back to previous concept in general class. But in integration, while integrating technology in teaching learning process, a student may have that chance. For example, the learning process is going on through internet connected computer with the directions of a teacher under the supervision of a teacher. A student want to know something about a particular concept. He may go back and he may go forward to know the concept as per his interest. That is the interactivity. So interactivity is possible with the integration of ICT. That is the strength of ICT. Next one, lower unit cost. Lower unit cost. What is lower unit cost? So, with the help of a particular software, otherwise a particular ICTs, we may serve number of students. We may serve number of students. In that way, it is the lower unit cost is possible by integrating ICT. Next, distance and learning and are sensitive. Distance learning and are sensitive. It is possible through integration of ICT. Distance learning is possible, and learning is sensitive also. Next one, high speed delivery and wide reach at low cost. So, by integrating ICT, we may deliver the content with high speed and wide reach at low cost. Wide reach at a low cost. So we may deliver the content at wide reach for many number of student at low cost. At a low cost, that is one initial investment. We may serve the students at wide reach. So in that aspect, it becomes a low cost. Okay, and also high speed delivery. Next one, uniform quality. It is possible to deliver the content uniformly with uniform quality. So, with the integration of ICTs, we may deliver the content with the uniform quality. Next one, can serve multiple teaching functions and a diverse audience. Can serve multiple teaching functions. So, in teaching learning process, there are so many concepts are there for multiple teaching functions, to teach, to demonstrate, to explain, to give examples, to conduct a test, to conduct assignments, to prepare reports, to complete projects. So whatever it may be. So multiple teaching functions can serve with the use of with the integration of ICT, and also diverse audience can serve diverse audience. So with the help of ICTs, with the integration of ICTs, we may satisfy a student with a low IQ We may satisfy the student with average IQ. We may satisfy the student with high intelligence levels. So all type of audience may be served with the help of with the integration of ICTs. So these are all the strengths of ICT. These are all the strengths of ICT. Coming to the weakness of ICT, high infrastructure and startup cost. So, uh, while comparing with the strengths, definitely you will arise a doubt. Lower unit cost, where we are discussing the strengths of ICT, lower unit cost is a strength of ICT. But in weakness of ICT, we are discussing high infrastructure and startup cost. So initially, it needs high infrastructure, which leads to high investment of huge investment of money, that is startup cost. But once we establish the infrastructure, after that there is no cost, only a cost of power or internet charges. That's it. With the initial investment, with the initial investment, we may serve number of students at a low cost. So that is one of the weakness of ICT: high infrastructure and startup cost. Initially, essentially delivery systems. So essentially delivery systems, what is essentially delivery systems? So ICTs are only delivery systems. It may not inculcate some values, virtues in the student, as a teacher inculcate in general classroom while he is teaching through his teaching learning process. So, in that aspect, we may call it as ICTs as essentially delivery systems. Okay. That means the ICTs just deliver the content only, deliver the content only. With that, there is a less possible to develop some virtues, some values in the students. Next one, hard to assess impact. It is very hard to assess impact of the teaching learning process. Sometimes it is very hard to assess the impact of the teaching learning process. That means evaluation is very tough and very hard. Why it is very hard and very difficult process, evaluation, uh, while teaching ICT, integrating ICT? So if we integrate ICT, it may leads to multi-dimensional teaching. Okay, multi-dimensional teaching. In that aspect, evaluation is also very hard, uh, very hard. Okay, next. Teachers need reorientation and training. Definitely, as we discussed earlier, a teacher has to know the knowledge of ICTs related to technology and their operating systems, whatever it may be. Otherwise, a teacher may not integrate technology in teaching learning process. Without the knowledge of technology, a teacher cannot integrate ICTs in teaching learning process. So for that, a teacher need orientation and training. Orientation and training. Okay, if a teacher has to integrate the technology in teaching learning process, definitely he need reorientation and training. This is also a weakness. Next, problems of reach and access remain. Problems of reach and access remain. So earlier in strengths of ICT, we discussed can serve multiple teaching functions and diverse audience and high speed delivery and wide reach at low cost and uniform quality also. But here the weakness is problem of reach and access remain. So if there is no uh, technology. That means in remote areas, it is not possible to serve the students by integrating ICTs because of lack of technology, poor signal, lack of internet connection. So, and sometimes lack of lack of technological instruments like computers, laptops, cell phones. So, problem of reach and access remain in that aspect. Okay. Next, tended to create a new class of knowledge rich and knowledge poor. So, with the integration of ICT, it may create a new class of knowledge rich and knowledge poor. What is knowledge rich and knowledge poor? Here, knowledge rich in respect of technology, knowledge poor in respect of technology. If uh, in remote areas, the students are schools doesn't have the computers, laptops, or cell phones, and mobile signals and internet connections, then they may become knowledge poor. Okay. In other places, they may become knowledge rich. So there is a possibility to tend to create a new class of knowledge rich and knowledge poor. At the same time, problem sensitive also. It's also a problem sensitive. So these are weakness of ICT. So we have discussed the strengths of ICT and weakness of ICT. So a teacher has to know what are the strengths and what are the weakness of ICT in order to successfully integrate the technology in teaching learning process, in turn to obtain a good result, in turn to obtain a good result. Okay. Next one, let us discuss some more issues in using ICT. Some more issues using ICT. uh, One is maintenance. This is also an issue in using ICT. This is also an issue in using ICT. The problem most often noted by teachers was the maintenance of the equipment needed to operate a technology enhanced school. Okay, this is the major problem also. Uh, say that maintenance is also a major problem. As we discussed earlier, as we discussed earlier in strengths and weakness of ICT, high infrastructure and startup cost. By investing huge amount of money, we are creating ICT integrated classrooms in the schools. But maintenance of that technology is very important in order to serve the huge number of students years together. Huge number of students years together. That's why we said high speed delivery at wide reach and wide reach at low cost. It is only possible through proper maintenance of infrastructure only. Proper maintenance of ICT infrastructure only. For suppose a government supplied a computer, multimedia, software equipped computer, and a printer, and a LED projector, and a screen. Okay, internet connection to a school. If a teacher wants to use that technological tools continuously, uh, they should be maintenance. They should be maintenance. So maintenance means after completing of the use of particular technological components, we have to keep them in a safe place, and we have to see the components regularly. We have to check the components regularly in order to use them continuously for a long period. Okay, so the problem most often noted by teachers was the maintenance. So that is a additional burden to the teacher also, additional burden to the teacher also. So that is one of the problem issue in ICT. Next, inequalities. Another frequently mentioned problem was the disparities between students who have access to computers at home and those who do not. Okay, this is also one of the issue, inequality. Some students doesn't have computers at their home, so they may become knowledge poor. They may become knowledge poor. So some students may have the computers or laptops at their home. They may become knowledge rich. So this is also one of the issue. Next one, need for training. Need for training. So teachers have to be trained in using the technology and should be keeping informed about recent trends in ICT. Definitely, a teacher have to be trained in using technology. Otherwise, he may not integrate the technology in teaching learning process successfully. Automatically, that leads to waste of time and waste of knowledge and waste of energy. Okay, so in that aspect, definitely teacher have to be trained in using various technologies of ICT and should be keeping informed about recent trends in ICT. Recent trends in ICT. Not only training should be updated time to time. Should be updated time to time. So this is one of the issue. Next one is a very important issue in using ICT. Information overload. Information overload. Teachers recognize that sometimes students are overwhelmed with the amount of information available and with the task of filtering through the information. Through the information. So, what is information overload? Suppose uh, we approach a computer, internet connected computer to search something about a concept, something about a concept. So we if we type that search text, whatever we want, they may appear number of websites, number of web pages related to the our search text, which you have been typed in that search box. So then we have to verify and we have to confirm uh, which website gives accurate information, otherwise which website gives a correct information. So so number of websites will appear in the screen. So that is the information overload. Okay, that is also an issue. Pace of change and stress. Teachers have a hard time keeping up with the pace of change. So pace of change and it also leads to stress. So pace of change. So that is learning speed. That's related to learning speed. Next one is plagiarism. Next one is plagiarism. What is plagiarism? There is a lot of possibilities of using intellectual properties and copyright violation. So here plagiarism means copying of some other's text, copying of some other's text. For example, uh, if you have a habit of writing papers, if you have a habit of writing papers on particular concepts for seminars or discussions or conferences, whatever it may be. So definitely you have to approach the internet to collect the information related to particular topic. Then if you copy the content of some other's paper, it comes under plagiarism. If you directly copy the concept of content of some other's paper that and you pasted in your paper, that comes under plagiarism. So there is a possibility of Plagiarism, that is also one issue of using ICT in teaching learning process. Next one is business involvement. Business involvement. Loss of control of the education process to business partners. Balancing the interest of these partners and that of the students might be an increasingly challenging role for administrators as business involvement in the education becomes more common. So, while integrating technology, it may lead to the business involvement. So, these are the issues in using ICT. So, while integrating technology into teaching learning process, a teacher has to consider all these points. First of all, teacher has to know the strengths of ICT and weakness of ICT and the issues relating to ICT in order to successfully integrate the technology in teaching learning process. Successfully integrate the technology in teaching learning process. Okay. Okay, students. Okay. So these are the issues and strengths and weakness of ICT. Okay, let us stop here. In the next class, we may discuss the advantages of ICT. Advantages of ICT. Okay, good day, students.